haircuts, such as bizarre shaven spots that look like a bad lawn mowing job or nonstop bedhead, or flaunting body hair. Not to mention, it's created aggressive opposition to the appreciation of beauty. Take a look at this PhD in psychology today lecturing adults on why we need to stop telling little girls how pretty they are. So, I mean, just to be clear here, Ellie is supporting the people who tell little girls how pretty they are all the time. She's saying we need to bring that back into our society. Is basically just incubating the idea that for girls it's just about how pretty you are, and there's nothing on earth more important than being a pretty girl. So she's like, we need to. It's okay to do that. This is Zelly Emperor's point of view.
Oh, this is Zelly Emperor, not Kylie Zempel.
No, this is Kylie Zempel.
Okay. Look, I don't really want to be mean here, but if you're like giving advice to all the women in the world on how to be beautiful, I don't think it should come from the defending champion of the 2021 mid-off. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that, man.
Well, I mean, it's a harsh truth, but a lot of millennials today, they've been cosseted from hearing the hard truth,
Yeah,
and that they could be a lot prettier, that they could be a lot more attractive.
Well, she couldn't, but I shouldn't have said that, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what stupid of me to say. I don't know why I said that, Mac. But come on, I don't know. Like, you're just saying all these women are ugly. It's just like the most average woman who's ever existed.
Zelly Kempel continues to write, for instance, Body Positivity concluded rightly that women of all shapes and sizes should recognize their self-worth. The movement wrongly swung to the extreme of glorifying obesity, such as on the cover of Cosmo and every other major women's magazine and advertisement. Here's obese star Lizzo celebrating more weight gain. Likewise, the sexual revolution gave a thumbs up to exploitation, and feminism endorsed the masculinization of women. And with each drift and deconstruction of beauty, too many women were left looking and feeling less like themselves. It's something that we're discouraged from discussing. Appreciating beauty or talking about what exactly it is opens one up to accusations of bigotry, sexism, or discrimination. Why are beauty standards so oppressive to women, for instance? Or beauty isn't a dress size. Nonetheless, questions of beauty are philosophical, spiritual, and to some degree eternal, and thus we must consider them. For starters, we must ask what beauty even is, and by way of a simple dictionary definition, that's fairly easy to answer. The quality or aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurably exalts the mind or spirit. Loveliness, if you ask Merriam-Webster. Within that simple definition is the implication that there's a distinction between attractiveness and loveliness. One is subjective, the other objective. What gives pleasure to the senses of one person, subjective, might not evoke the same response in another. For proof, look no further than the billions of happy couples across the globe whose spouses range in size, color, shape, and other characteristics. She's like, just look at all the wildly mismatched attraction levels in all these couples out there. Whenever you see someone who's lovely and beautiful with a damn uggo, it's just, it calls into question natural law, which is really what, this is what we're all about preserving.
Yeah, the media is violating bone law, and it cannot be allowed to stand.
He goes, but there's an aggregate of qualities that compose this more objective loveliness, and they can't be reduced to mid-2000s Victoria's Secret angels or Barbie doll features. It's this loveliness that radiated from the beautiful Eilish and can be described in part as physical authenticity. While the norm-defying left tries to define authenticity as a person's identity or whims or feelings, they miss the point of what's truly authentic. They miss the natural beauty of humankind, which manifests when image bearers of the Creator practice self-control without the undue concealment of their imperfections nor their sexual appeal. Don't hide all that sexual appeal away. It just give glory to the Creator by, not like whorishly, but by modestly
I'm
flaunting.
Confused. Did Billie Eilish like convert to Catholicism or something? Like,
no, she converted to having blonde hair.
Did anything happen? She's just changed her look, right?
She just has blonde hair. That's it.
Okay. Because like she didn't before and she needed to change it because, you got to have a new look for every album, presumably. Eventually you're going to get to one that this broad likes.
Exactly that. She didn't like Billie Eilish when she had green hair, and she thinks she's a 10 out of 10 dynamo with blonde hair. And I think what she's saying is like, ladies, share your gifts with the world, but share them modestly, not whorishly, and don't have a weird hair color because I don't like that. Continuing, she writes, It's in this practical expression of beauty that both the left and the fundamentalist right can pendulum swing so far as to meet on the other side in a full circle. While the left tends to suppress beauty so as not to conform to a patriarchal standard of sex appeal, the fundamentalist religious right tends to react to sexualization with an elevation of the frumpy and androgynous under the banner of modesty. See, once again, these are some home truths that she's speaking to her own side. Too many uggos. Stop giving me these frumps and fucking prairie dresses. We need some babes out there. This is why they like Donald Trump, Miss Universe. He was Mr. Women's objective standard of beauty. And he loved to see them and he loved to talk about them and he loved to be in their dressing room.
Well, they should bring back Hope Hicks. True one in a billion beautiful woman who I would, if her hair was blonde or her hair was auburn, and whether she listened to Billie Eilish or not, I would cook her the most autism spectrum dinner of all time.
But what about if it was green though? What if it had green?
I don't care if it was chartreuse. She's a beautiful woman, and that's that on that.
Thus, while many on the left reject conventional beauty standards, often calling them constructs, and desperately try to fit in by standing out and defying norms, the right's disdain for luxury and indulgence can lead them to the same rejection of beauty. A religious skepticism of allure and desire can produce a different kind of objectification that leads faithful women to feel that their God-given sexuality is actually a curse. No, it's a gift. It's a gift that you share with Roy Moore, Jim Jordan, Josh
the Hemingways.
The Hemingway family. It's a gift that you share at Federalist Christmas parties, okay?
Yeah.
It's a gift you share with men of virtue. When we reject these two extremes, we find freedom in the middle. There is a freedom in stepping confidently into your natural hair and skin, just as there's satisfaction in hygiene and grooming. There's freedom in embracing the beauty of a healthy lifestyle, in accepting both the power and responsibility of human sexuality, and in preserving and cultivating beauty in ourselves and others. Scripture tells us inner beauty is more important than outer beauty because the latter is fleeting. But that doesn't mean God thinks little of physical beauty. No, God, he loves a babe. He loves a smoke show. It's like
he invented them.
He invented them. It's proof that he exists. When you see Margot Robbie in Wolf of Wall Street, hello God, the perfect natural order of the universe. Yes, please. I'd like to see more of it. I'll be in church first thing on Sunday.
Yeah, but the greater the flame, the deeper the shadow. He also invented uggos.
That's true. What are the uggos supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like how are the uggos to live? And this is a question
covenant.
that no one really has an answer for.
Well,
how are the uggos to live in this society?
I wish that women uggos had the same gift that male uggos have, where it's like you could start like a niche but very popular podcast, and then it won't matter. But world just is not that way.
I think Ellie Zeppelin. I think her advice to females of the Uggo persuasion is that then you can embrace modesty and
actually convert to Islam. Wear a burqa. Get that shit off of my screen, please.
Well, as she writes here, that doesn't mean that God thinks little of physical beauty. If he did, he probably never would have made galaxies, flora, and fauna we'll ever see for his own good pleasure. When he created the world and all that's in it, he called it good. He considered it lovely. Don't let social movements and ugly attitudes shame you for pursuing and appreciating beauty. It's not an unrealistic standard. It's exactly what we were created to be. But if you're ugly, then that it's just you have to deal with the fact that you were created so that people would, have something to define what attractive people are against.
Yeah, you're there to just be the gross contrast, and then you have to accept that and embrace it.
What do you think if you read this and you're like her ugly coworker? It's come on, the Federalist, what the fuck? You're like, I can't. Fine, I'll kill myself.
No,
the Clinton body count. How about the Kylie Zemple body count?
Everyone, Ellie was writing this over a chorus of "Gooble Gobble One of Us" at the in the Federalist cafeteria.
Wait a minute, who wrote this?
Zelly Zeppelin.
No, I thought it was Corey.
No, it's Kylie Zeppelin.
Is this a different broad from the first one?
It's the same. It's the same person.
Yeah.
Kylie Zemple, I thought her name was.
Okay.
I'm doing this on purpose, Matt.
What happens to like Sean Davis? Like one of the most horrifying looking
Oh
people.
God.
Oh my God.
God.
Sean Davis, who like hollowed in 2014. Sean Davis commuting to DC from the Undead Berg.
What do you do if God has given you 300 teeth?
300 teeth, and they're all like a shade of yellow brown that hasn't existed since the 70s.
Oh boy. Yes, I'll get her name right this time. Both of these articles were written by Kylie Zemple. Kylie Zemple.
Do you think that like they're gonna give Sean Davis like the Chad surgery?
Well, I mean, no, because that would be like I mean, obviously they're against people transitioning or changing
Okay, yeah, but that's
born
not,
in any way.
That's a good question though. What about they're not talking about like just cosmetic surgery where to not to change your gender, but to like
change your rotten appearance.
Yeah, to like just fix yourself so that you look good for other people because people want to look. It's godly to look at someone who looks good. So that means, isn't it honestly your moral responsibility to get plastic surgery if you're ugly?
Or like, let's say
it's
you
actually
got like
immoral to walk around with a busted fucking mug.
God does not want you having small tits, okay? He wants C and D cups or higher out there, just fucking proclaiming his glory to the world. And like, you were born that way? Like, should that stop you? Fuck no. Bring them out, ladies. There's nothing wrong with being pretty, and there's nothing more important than being a pretty girl.
It's true.
But also, like, we should all work hard to fight the way our culture overly sexualizes young people.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
It's like a nice painting, beautiful. Not like I want to fuck you, beautiful. None of that.
It's like Michelangelo's David. It's just like that's beauty. You don't have to want to suck the statue's penis. But I mean, like it's just keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like proclaim God's beauty, but don't suck off the statues. Just like just make it into your avatar on Twitter. But like I know we all want to suck Michelangelo's David off. Because like that is perfect. That's the perfect representation of like the human form
and the biggest dick ever.
Let's not sexualize Michelangelo's David. Okay. Let's stop grooming David. Stop grooming statues.
Oh my God, it's the perfect culture war confluence. The liberals, they don't want to pull down statues anymore. They want to groom them.
They want to pull them down, but they want to attach it to the dick of the statue and sort of pull it back and forth to see if it gets bigger.
That would be funny if somebody like found a Robert E. Lee statue and just wanted to turn it into Roberta Lee.
Well, there you go. That's that's the Federalist. That's Ellie Zemper.
Corey Slorbson.
There you go. I mean, she's the key to success at the Federalist is knowing how to party, but within certain confines. Like let's not be whorish about it. Let's be very restrained and modest in our freakish sexual desires.
The classic middle way that we all love.
And ladies, like stop with the updos. Stop with the green hair. Stop with the nose rings. Just like simple dress that shows a little bit of cleavage, and then just like big surgically enhanced tits.
Of course.
That's what God wants from you, and that's what men want from you. Most importantly. So